Remember that Slenderman guy? Yeah, what an asshole he was, huh? In 2009, Eric Knudsen submitted 2 photos to a forum called Something Awful. In there was a contest that required an everyday photo be changed into something paranormal or anything else along that vibe. You know what I mean? Like a spooky vibe? Like a spookified vibe? You know? Something that makes you go, whoa. Now that's spooky. And while Eric might have been the original creator, it was really the community that made Slenderman Slenderman. And in 2012, a special little game was released by Mark Hadley called Slender the 8 Pages. This game would become a worldwide phenomenon, really putting Slenderman at the top ranks of the internet. He went viral, baby. He went viral. He was getting that money. He's getting that money. I'm also really sick. It's been pretty bad. Anyway, sorry. I just thought you guys should know that. Not because it was important, but because I just want the attention. Sorry. That didn't make any sense. Yo, look at my Last of Us coaster. It's pretty sick, huh? I know you're jealous. Alright, anyway, sorry. But why are we even talking about Slenderman? What prompted me to not only write this script, but make this a video? Well, it's because I just started randomly thinking about where the hell did he go? Slenderman was set up for success as a horror icon that could span many movies, games, books, and even, I don't know, just whatever, anything else, literally. The fact that Slenderman doesn't actually have an official lore makes it so that anybody can create anything that they wanted with him. I'd even argue that it had a shot of being as popular as Five Nights at Freddy's, yet here we are. And the more I looked into this, the more I realized that there are a couple of reasons why he did dwindle in popularity, starting with something on the more serious side, unfortunately. So at this point, I think everybody knows about this story, but it's very crucial for this topic. In 2014, 2 12-year-old girls brought one of their friends, Payton Leutner, who was 11 at the time, out to the woods and proceeded to stab her 19 times. But miraculously, Payton would survive. She would crawl to the nearest bike path and would wait there until somebody found her. She would be rushed to the hospital where they would find out that both of her attackers hit 2 major organs and just barely missed one of her major arteries by a fucking millimeter. According to Dr. John Kellerman, who was one of the doctors who helped the Payton, if the knife had gone the width of a human hair further, she wouldn't have lived. A 6-hour surgery later and Payton would be okay and make a full recovery. Both 12-year-olds were caught and tried as adults, but both girls would be found not guilty due to mental health reasons and were sentenced to stay in a mental health facility. 25 years to life for one girl, and 40 years to life for the other. The reason for the stabbing? To gift Payton as a sacrifice to Slenderman in order to become proxies. In the lore of the Slender games, proxies are people who have lost their mind to Slenderman and blindly follow him. I'm gonna be leaving an article in the description below of an interview of Payton as she retells the events of what happened. But to sum this section up, once it was revealed that Slenderman was the main reason these girls attempted to murder another, it kinda sent a signal to the whole internet that maybe we should stop with Slenderman. And that wasn't even the end of it, because there would be 2 other incidences related to Slenderman. A week after this incident, a man would kill 2 officers, a civilian, and would proceed to commit suicide with his wife. The weird thing about this was this man would always dress up as Slenderman. And then somewhere else, there was another incident that involved a daughter attacking her mother with a knife. But she was dressed up in a hood and a white mask. Needless to say, these attacks really ruined the vibe of Slenderman. It felt like it went too far, because it did go too far. With these horrible situations happening and Marble Hornets ending its run not too long after these attacks have happened, and no new games, nothing, Slenderman was just kind of hanging around in the background. That is, until a movie would officially end Slenderman's career. In 2016, it was reported that Sony Pictures was working on a Slenderman movie, which is absolutely batshit crazy because anybody could have told them that this was a bad idea. To be fair though, and by this point, only 2 years had passed since Payton's attack. But the backlash wouldn't actually start to happen until 2018, the year of this movie's release. A lot of people were not happy about this movie being made because of what had happened to Payton. In fact, Slenderman himself told me that he didn't fuck with it. Or was that somebody else? And the backlash would only intensify after the father of one of Payton's attackers would basically take the biggest shit on this movie, bag it up, tie it to a missile, then press a big red button, then launch that missile into space, and then press the other big red button and exploded that missile into billions and millions of pieces. Quote, "It's absurd they want to make a movie like this. It's popularizing a tragedy is what it's doing. I'm not surprised, but in my opinion, it's extremely distasteful. All we're doing is extending the pain all three of these families have gone through." Due to this, Sony would panic like big time, like their fight or flight kicked in. And let me tell you, they definitely chose flight. According to this article that I found by Collider, they apparently cut a bunch of scenes from this movie that were very important for its story. This was mainly due to the fear that this backlash could potentially keep them from making that. There's money. That's what I was doing with my hands. This is also money. This is me taking a phone call to the bank. Hello? Yeah, I need more cash. Apparently enough scenes were cut from this movie that it's very noticeable that something's missing when you watch it. Now, I personally haven't seen this movie, and Lord knows I would never be watching this movie. I refuse to give this movie a single second of my time. This movie would garner a Rotten Tomato score of, drumroll please, 8%. Nobody liked this movie. I guess I just can't comprehend looking at something as awful as The Attack on Payton and going, you know, that would make a fire movie, dude. Let's do it. Again, since I never watched this movie, I don't know how true this part is since I read the plot through Wikipedia, but apparently one of the characters in this movie is obsessed with Slender Man in the same way Payton's killers were. And with that, this movie would officially cement Slender Man as a dead piece of media. Since then, Slender Man has had no significant appearance in anything ever. It's just crazy how something as big as Slender Man can just disappear like that on the internet. What once was a horror icon has become nothing more than a traumatic memory. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.